What's up with you guys? It's your boy West Coast. So, yesterday during a press conference, Jerry Jones was asked about trying to get an update on the possibility of signing Dak Prescott, Ezekiel Elliott, and Amari Cooper here before the season starts. And Jerry Jones actually kind of dropped a bombshell, as he always does, in his press conference, where he alluded that could actually be a fourth person to get signed before all three of those guys. Now, as soon as he said that, the Cowboys Nation went absolutely crazy trying to figure out who he was talking about. I heard people saying Byron Jones. I heard people saying Jaylon Smith. In my scouting opinion, I actually think he was talking about Jaylon Smith. I don't think he was talking about Byron Jones too much. Simple fact that Byron Jones has only been playing the cornerback position 1 year. Well, technically two, because he played it his rookie year also. But he's only played 1 year as a Pro Bowler / second team All-Pro. Now, with that, if you look at the cornerback stats, he doesn't really have the cornerback stats to equate him getting like a huge payday next year. So if I'm Jerry Jones, I would definitely wait for Byron Jones to try to see if he's going to match those stats or exceed those stats before I give him a contract that shows him being a top corner in the NFL. Because if he does get a contract early, I would definitely think that, whatever he gets, since he's already a top 15 paid corner in the NFL, I would think it would drop him at least into the top 10 area. Now, I am under the impression that the Cowboys wouldn't do that with Byron Jones. It would make no sense. It makes more sense to do what they did with Brandon Carr, to allow Byron Jones to go out into the market and let the market determine how much he's worth, and then you guys can come back and either match or determine if you want to pay him. For a guy with his stats and what he's done over the last 4 years of his career, it's not warranted him getting signed early. So I am truly under the impression that when he was talking, I think that he was definitely talking about Jaylon Smith. And I'm going to be honest with you, if I'm Jaylon Smith, I'm saying absolutely not. No way, Jerry Jones, will you sign me a year early. You want to know why? Because this is the reason why. Jerry Jones already made a statement that said that we are not in the business of making our players the highest paid or, making them, setting the markets. Well, I need you guys to go look and see what C.J. Mosley did for the Jets. C.J. Mosley just became the highest paid linebacker in the NFL at $18.5 million per year. And if you go look at C.J. Mosley's stats versus Jaylon Smith's stats are absolutely destroying C.J. Mosley's stats. So I'm going to be honest with you. I could definitely see Jerry Smith looking at Jaylon Smith and looking at C.J. Mosley's numbers and saying, if we don't get Jaylon Smith on a number here soon, this could get outrageous. He could easily be a 19, possibly even $20 million linebacker if he gets accoladed this year, meaning if he gets a Pro Bowl or an All-Pro selection like he should have gotten last year when LVE got the Pro Bowl. I can see both of those guys getting Pro Bowls. Now, also, you got to think like this. Why, if I'm Jaylon Smith, another reason why I do not want to take a contract from Jerry Jones right now, two reasons. First reason is this. Next year, Jaylon Smith is going to be a restricted free agent. He's not going to be an unrestricted free agent. Unrestricted meaning he can go sign with whomever he wants to, and the Dallas Cowboys do not have the right to match it. He's actually going to be a restricted free agent. So let me tell you guys exactly what a restricted free agent. Now, a restricted free agent means that Jaylon Smith can negotiate with clubs through a certain day. Now, he can negotiate with clubs through a certain day. If the restricted free agent accepts an offer sheet, basically meaning if Jaylon Smith goes out and the Browns want to give him, $19 million a year, with him being a restricted free agent, the original team that has his rights, meaning the Dallas Cowboys, will have the first right of refusal. Basically meaning they'll be able to either match that money that the Cleveland Browns give him, or they'll have to let him go. You know what I'm saying? Now, the cool thing about that is, for Jaylon Smith is this. You got to think this. You don't hear about any other team in the NFL having a problem with paying their top players. So if I'm Jaylon Smith, I'm honestly going to play on this last deal, and I'm going to go out on the market, and I'm going to let some other team evaluate me and say, hey, Jaylon Smith, we'll pay you $19 to $20 million, at lowest end $18 million a year. And then you know what you do? You bring that contract back to Dallas, and you know what Jerry Jones has to do? He has to either match it or beat it. Now think of that. If you do that, Jaylon Smith, that takes the ability for Jerry Jones to devalue you away. You want to know why? Because then your value is being set by the open market where it should be. If I'm Jaylon Smith, I am saying no to an extension. I am going to take my chance and I'm going to play on this final year. You want to know why? Because I believe I'm going to be an all-pro this year. I believe that I'm one of the best linebackers in the NFL. And guess what? I should get paid like it. And secondly, the second reason why if I'm Jaylon Smith, I don't take a deal. First off, Jaylon Smith, do you see the tone? Do you see the environment currently in the Dallas Cowboys? I'm going to be honest with you, man. This is not the year to get paid for the Dallas Cowboys because they don't want to get paid. They don't want to pay. So if you were willing to shorten, if you're willing to underpay and be okay with underpaying the best running back in the NFL, why wouldn't you do that to Jaylon Smith? Jaylon Smith, I'm going to tell you right now, you're from Notre Dame. You just got your degree a couple months ago. That lets me know you're intelligent. Do not let the Dallas Cowboys play you. If I am you, if I'm Jaylon Smith, I am waiting till next year. I am going to ball out this year. I'm going to kill CJ Mosley's numbers, and I'm going to go out to the open market, and I'm going to allow another team to value me. And then I'm going to bring that number back to Jerry Jones and say, either give me this or deuces. Hey, you know what? I'm a Cowboy fan, but guess what? Jerry Jones, you've made it like this. You've gotten it to this point by how you're handling business with other players. You guys already know what it is. Never look down because the star is up. Peace.